Welcome to What the Wrestling, the podcast where you break down the biggest moments, hottest takes, and the wildest stories from the world of pro wrestling. Whether you're a diehard fan or just stepping into the squared circle, we're here to give you the real scoop on everything happening in the ring.
I'm your host, RJD, and we're about to take a ride through the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Get ready for all our hot takes, deep dives, and all the wrestling you never knew you needed.
Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button and join What the Wrestling family so you never miss an episode. Now let's step into the ring.
You're listening to the What the Wrestling podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. I missed the perfect sound. We got to have the perfect sound coming back up. RJD here, Monday Night Raw review. We are here to talk about Monday Night Raw. Thank God for 2-hour Monday Night Raws. Oh my goodness. They are simply amazing. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. Man, Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw was pretty damn good. I can't complain, nor will I. All I would say is that I am grateful for Monday Night Raw being 2 hours, because these freaking 3-hour Raws that's coming back, I am not looking forward to them. But before we get into all of that, hit the goddamn like button, like, comment, share, and subscribe to What the Wrestling, running down the bottom of your screen. Running down the bottom of your screen. So, with that being said, follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Now, let's talk about this Monday Night Raw. First things first, I know we're going back to Netflix in January. I know Monday Night Raw is going back to 3 hours. But let's just give a round of applause for the 2-hour Raws. Okay? Now listen, it doesn't have to be 3 hours. They don't have to make it 3 hours. But they continue to make it 3 hours. So, I mean, we kind of got to do what we got to do. Now, as always, you guys know I bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start with the good. And there is good all over this show. We have Gunther coming out, talking his junk. Finn Balor comes out to confront him. And Balor says, listen, bruv. Gunther, beat him. So basically, he comes out there and says, listen, I'm going to beat you, and the only reason why you're champ is because of me. So you should be thanking me, and you gave people chances that didn't deserve chances, and now I'm here to take mine. It's going to be me, you, and a returning Mr. Priest, who came out to interrupt all of this. But they basically had a back and forth. Damian Priest comes out, and Damian Priest just beats the hell out of everybody. But the numbers game overwhelms him, and then he catches not one, not two, but 3 coup de grace, and he was not feeling too good after those.
Nope.
Caught 3 coup de grace, and that was all she wrote for Mr. Priest. We have Finn Balor standing there holding up his tag team belt, which I'm pretty sure he's going to lose really soon, and the World Heavyweight Championship, making him look strong. So If you know wrestling, you know that probably means he ain't gonna win, but hey, it is what it is. I love Finn Balor. He is great. I was actually looking forward to Finn Balor and Gunther one-on-one, but when you add Demi and Priest in there, this is going to be one hell of a banger after banger. So this is going to be one hell of a good match. I have no doubt. So fully expect Gunther to retain here, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. Drew McIntyre also aired a video, discussed losing to Hell in a Cell. He went back to Scotland to, re-energize and revamp a family. And what does he see on the screen? Sammy and CM Punk teaming up with Roman Reigns. He is not happy about that. So he vowed to come back and take out Sammy and Jay for going back to Roman. Now, later on in the show, we had a promo with Punk addressing Rollins and Rollins addressing Punk. Now, Rollins then said his motivation was he reached out several times when Punk left, and he was mad because Punk didn't return his calls, and that is kind of legit. Punk kind of cut everybody off from WWE, a clean break. You got to remember his state of mind. He wasn't happy. He was beat up. He had the staph infection. He was all messed up, and he needed time off. Vince was like, "I owe you one, pal." And I know we all heard the podcast, so you got to remember his state of mind. He just didn't want to talk to nobody, and him and Seth were cool, but he just cut everybody off. And he says he never forgave him for that. And he said Punk spent years tearing down WWE, and he was not happy about that, not one bit. This brought out Sami Zayn, and Sami said, "Listen, I know I was out of line last week. We had a fight. We've known each other 20 years. It happens, but I'm sorry. I'm going to let you do your thing with Punk, and I'm not going to get involved. You handle Punk the way you want to handle it. Are we good?" And he said, "Yes, we're good." So they're good. And then he left, and Sami Zayn stayed in the ring and said, "Listen, it's going to be me and you Saturday night's main event. Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, and that's for blindsiding me last week. And what happens? He got blindsided again.
Nope.
And Drew McIntyre stood tall and beat the hell out of him and left him there on the ramp for dead. So Saturday night's main event is going to be a fantastic show. I mean, the card that they got lined up for that show is going to be simply amazing. So shout out to WWE for giving a crap about their Saturday night's main event, but they are stacking that card up something serious. So I'm looking forward to it. CM Punk also cut a promo on this show, and Punk addressed his issue with Rollins, claiming a 16-year-old Rollins asked him to train for free, and he could still see that entitlement in him now. He also said that while Punk was out of the company, Rollins did a good job filling in the gap, but now the starter is back, and it's time for the second stringer to go back to the sidelines. Woo! Say less. These guys are very good at what they do, but I kind of like Punk's promo hitting a little bit more with the starters are back. Third string, get back to the back. So that was pretty cool. So that is basically the good. There was really no bad on this show. So I know we like to go through the bad and the ugly. There was no ugly on this show. But the best thing about this show was the New Day. So the New Day came in, tried to talk to security. They walked away from them. So let's start here. They tried to talk to security. Security wasn't having it. Tried to talk to Otis. He wasn't having it either. They walked past Cody Rhodes and he says, "You should be ashamed of yourselves." And then Xavier Woods said, "Yeah, because you were such a great guy in high school." And that's legit. They used to wrestle together and they know each other from back in the day when they were kids. So that's legit. And he legit said Cody used to be an asshole. So, I mean, he said that in the interview. That's public knowledge. So it is what it is when it comes to that. But the New Day finally come out for their promo. They came out. They attempted to speak. The crowd was chanting Big E. The crowd was chanting New Day sucks. They rained down boos. And listen, somebody finally has Dominic Mysterio level heat.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
Every time I hear that soundbite, it's like, man, those crowds back then when Stone Cold was beating up Vince, Jesus Christ. But anyway, this is basically what it is. This is what it is. Somebody has surpassed Dominic Mysterio. See, now people boo Dominic Mysterio because it's the cool thing to do. It's the cool thing to do. He was messing with his daddy, who everybody loved, and he was a kid who needed to get his ass kicked and get whooped. We all can relate. But people really hate the New Day because they shitted on Big E, and people were not happy about that. They were booing the holy hell out of these. I haven't heard this level of heat since The Undertaker lost to Roman Reigns. I mean, just legit, I hate you. I mean, now, like I said, it's cool to boo Dominic now. But, I mean, people really did not like. This was awesome. If I was Kofi, and, shout out to Kofi as a heel. I like Kofi as a heel now. But if I was Kofi and Xavier, it would have been hard for me not to crack a smile. With all of the boos and the energy and the legit hate that people have for them, I know they must have been like, "Oof, this is amazing. I love it." So shout out to them. That was pretty damn cool to see. So what else happened on the show? We had the Final Testament beating the Wyatt 6 after Karrion Kross hit Uncle Howdy with the final prayer. Paul Ellering is now back through powder and Howdy's eyes to set up the finish. So I'm not going to say this is bad. It's just not as hot as it once was. That's cool. They're on the show. They're trying to make it work. I like it. Then we had Liv Morgan beating Dakota Kai via pinfall with the Oblivion. After the match, Pure Fusion Collective attacked Kai. When Io Sky and Kairi Sane came out for the save, this led Morgan hitting Io Sky with the Oblivion. So that was kind of cool. International Women's Intercontinental Championship. We had Lyra Valkyria beating Zelina Vega and Ivy Nile. Pretty good match here. She won with the Nightwing on Ivy Nile. Lyra Valkyria can go. I like Lyra. Lyra can go. And shout out to NXT. Man, they got so much damn talent in NXT. They got some new people that I have never seen before in my life. And I'm like, man, I wish these guys were all on the main roster. But you can't put everybody up there. And you got Carmelo, you got Andrade El Idolo. You got a bunch of people, not at NXT, but you got a bunch of people now that they're kind of not using. It's like, got to have a nice rotation of people. I can't wait. And this bouncy kid, the bouncy guy is nice, man. Shout out to him. He's literally got springs in his freaking legs. But we also, the main event, Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, the Riptide through the table, anything goes match. Liv Morgan interfered repeatedly, but eventually got taken out by Io Sky, setting up for the finish. It's good to see Raquel Rodriguez back because we know she was dealing with some stuff that is, public knowledge, but good to see her back doing what she loves. And we got Rhea and Io both holding the world, I guess, the women's championship. So that's going to be good to see when that match eventually happens. And we want to see Rhea Ripley, hopefully maybe at WrestleMania or by WrestleMania, getting that title back where it belongs. So that was your Monday Night Raw review. As always, it is simply amazing to see 2-hour Monday Night Raws. I hope they stay a while. I hope they don't go anywhere. Only time will tell. But Raw was really good. Dynamite is tonight, so the Dynamite review will be out tomorrow. So look out for that. And then we got SmackDown and the main event. So look out for that. I am here, RJD. I am out. Everybody stay safe. You guys already know what time it is. Peace.
Dom DeMarco.